The world was a different place in the early 1940s. The darkness of World War II had gripped Europe. Nazi Germany, under Hitler's tyranny, had plunged the continent into chaos. The Allied nations, though resolute, were initially on the defensive. The situation was desperate, calling for a bold stroke to turn the tide. D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history, was the answer. By 1944, Europe had endured years of war. The horrors of the Holocaust were unfolding. Millions had perished, and countless others lived in fear. The Allied forces, led by the United States, Great Britain and Canada, knew they had to act decisively. The liberation of Europe hinged on a successful invasion of France. The weight of the world rested on the shoulders of the Allied planners. They knew the stakes were incredibly high. Failure was not an option. The operation, codenamed Overlord, was shrouded in secrecy. It involved a complex web of logistics, intelligence gathering and military strategy. Planning for Operation Overlord was an immense undertaking. It involved coordinating millions of personnel, tons of supplies and thousands of ships. General Dwight D. Eisenhower was appointed as the supreme commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force. He oversaw this monumental logistical challenge. Deception was a crucial part of the plan. The Allies created a phantom army, using inflatable tanks and dummy aircraft to mislead the Germans. They fabricated radio transmissions, making it seem like the invasion would target Calais, not Normandy. The deception was remarkably successful. The chosen date for the invasion was June 6, 1944. The weather in the English Channel was notoriously unpredictable. The operation required specific tidal conditions, moonlight and visibility. The pressure on the meteorologists was immense. A slight miscalculation could have spelled disaster. The early hours of June 6, 1944, were a blur of activity. Thousands of Allied soldiers boarded landing craft, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and determination. They were about to face the full might of the German defences. The Normandy coastline was heavily fortified. The Germans had constructed a formidable line of defences known as the Atlantic Wall. Under the cover of darkness, paratroopers from the 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions landed behind enemy lines. Their mission was to secure key bridges and disrupt German communications. The night sky was filled with the roar of aircraft and the thunder of explosions. At dawn, the main assault began. Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno and Sword. The fighting was fierce. German machine guns and artillery rained down on the advancing troops. The beaches were transformed into scenes of unimaginable carnage. The bravery and sacrifice of the Allied soldiers on D-Day cannot be overstated. They faced relentless enemy fire and overcame incredible odds. Despite heavy casualties, they gained a foothold on the beaches. The success of D-Day marked a turning point in the war. It opened up a second front in Europe, relieving pressure on the Soviet Union in the east. The liberation of France was a long and arduous process. It involved fierce fighting, heavy casualties and the destruction of entire cities. But the tide had turned. The German forces were gradually pushed back. The Allied victory in Normandy paved the way for the eventual liberation of Western Europe. The stories of D-Day are tales of extraordinary courage and resilience. Soldiers like Private First Class Charles E. Bednarik, who received the Medal of Honor for his heroism on Omaha Beach. Nurses like Lieutenant Edith Thorson, who braved enemy fire to tend to the wounded. Countless acts of bravery and sacrifice helped secure victory. 80 years on, the legacy of D-Day continues to resonate. It stands as a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who fought for freedom. The beaches of Normandy are now hallowed ground. They serve as a poignant reminder of the human cost of war. D-Day serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of international cooperation. It highlights what can be achieved when nations unite against a common enemy. The lessons of D-Day remain relevant today, in a world still grappling with conflict and division. The world owes an immeasurable debt to those who fought and died on D-Day. Their sacrifice paved the way for a freer and more peaceful world. As we commemorate the 80th anniversary of this pivotal event, let us remember their courage, honour their memory, and strive to build a better future together.